So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below, so check those out for massive discounts on all your Hidden Summoner needs as well as all your other Yu-Gi-Oh needs. But let's get on with the profile.
Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know it as Donald Zephyr Wargames, bringing you what will be my 60th deck, finally. So this is Mayakashi. We did do a OCG version back, I think back in August, but yes, for me this is going to be Shizuru deck 60 Mayakashi. So let's get straight into it. So starting straight off. I have to give a mention. I play triple Hygiene. This is just like the OCG, but this is a reason why you play him at 3. Is that if he's normal or special summon, you can special summon one Mayakashi monster from your deck except himself. And with all Mayakashis, if you use the effects, you are locked to the extra deck of Mayakashi monsters during the turn you use the effects. So he's your go-to. You special summon either your level 3 or level 2 tuner, and that is for your level 2 tuner. It is the Daki, the Graceful Mayakashi. She's a busted tuner, as I mentioned before. What she does is that if you special summon a Mayakashi monster from your extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon herself back from the graveyard. And it's not once per turn, so this is what allows Mayakashis to do their stuff, to then synchro on up as from a level 3 to a level 11, and that's how the deck essentially works. You also play 3 Shafu, the Weird Mayakashi. He's part of the combo in what the Mayakashis do, and his effect is if he is normal or special summon, you can target one Mayakashi monster in your graveyard except for himself and special summon it in defense mode to your side of the field. So and also once again with all the other Mayakashis, you are locked out from the extra deck except for Mayakashi monsters. So the idea you would ideally you want to set up with the Daki in your grave. Summon out your level 1, special summon out the level 3, link the level 3 with the level 2, and then special summon back, and then synchron up from level 3 to level 11. So these 3 are sort of your main important cards, and integral part of the Mayakashi deck, essentially. Everything else is sort of optional and tech. Now, for the rest of the deck, I'm going with, reference with for my fence build. I'm going to play the Kaiju engine. I found out that it is a very good, potent OTK play. So this is going to be a sort of turn 2 OTK play. If you're more control, you can obviously going second card. You can go with first card floodgates and stuff. But I decided to go with 5 Kaijus for this. Your main important boss to summon on your side of the field, it will be your Thunder King. Because utilizing Waterfront will allow it to have 3 attacks, but it's a double-edged sword in which if you give your opponent any of the lower 3, they can respond. But that's why I would probably give a shout out that you probably might want to consider bumping up Dog Run, because it's the one that your opponent can't respond with, and then you can go with your Thunder King's effect. For the rest of the deck, I'll be playing 3 Dino Arrestor Prankatops. It helps to get a big beat stick on board, helps with doing damage, and it helps to OTK. More than that, as you all probably know, he helps out solve any issues and cards that you need to get rid of. So that's why he's in there. For the rest of the monsters, I play Hand Trap Ladder with Triple Ash and Triple Bell. Sorry, not Triple Bell, Double Bell. This is very optional in entirely how you want to play it. You can play Droll, you can play Ghost Ogre, and everything else. Now, I prefer to play with Ash and Bell is because they are both zombies, and the way that Mayakashi's synchros work, if they want to revive from the grave, you need to banish a zombie. You're much very well optional to go with Zombie World and with the new zombie card support, but having the hand traps is very nice to have. Bell becomes a bit more important with in your deck because you do want to keep your Daki from being banished from your grave. So, you know, it's integral to basically have her there in case your opponent tries to cool by grave it. Now, onto the spells. You play free return. This is the best spell, if not the, I think it's the only spell for the deck, but the fact that it's a once per turn effect, but you can either add one Mayakashi monster card, from your deck to hand, or you can send it to your grave. Obviously, you either search for your level 1 or you send your level 2. Enough said, really, and it's really nice to have. For the Kaiju part, I play 2 Waterfront, as mentioned earlier, and the 1 Slumber, because it's very nice to have. Waterfront just helps you to utilize Thunder King's effect to attack 3 times in your opponent's monsters, or you can just board wipe doing that. Also to mention, Waterfront is a double-edged sword, and because you do rack up to 5 counters onto it easily, you know, the Kaiju that you would give to your opponent can use its effect because it needs to use 2 counters, while Thunder King will use 3. So just a heads up on whether to use the Kaiju engine as you may like it. The 1-1-for-1, this is just for the level 1 Hyjin. Yeah, I think it's Hyjin. Yeah, Hyjin. To get him out, it also works when it's special summons, so it's also integral to have that. Board wipes like Raigeki and Dark Hole, very nice to have. Obviously, if you have your Prangotops, get that out first before, you know, using Raigeki. Dark Hole is sort of optional in that case, but with Mayakashis you can obviously get into your 3300 beat stick fairly easily. 1 Foolish Burial, this is for Daki, must have her engraved, which is also why I would mention that you don't want to play her at 3, because if she's in your hand, unless you've got cards to discard like Twin Twisters and 1-for-1, that sort of thing, you do just want to have it in your grave. Your 1 Monster Reborn, it's pretty self-explanatory. 2 Called by the Grave. The deck relies on Hyjin to special summon from your deck, so if you get ashed, yeah, that's it. Or if your opponent have any means to try and stop you, this is your, or DB Crow, which I faced actually, and what happened in one of my test games, is nice to have. 2 Twin Twisters, you can go for 3, you can bump this up. The deck doesn't have main deck spell on trap removal, which is why Prangotops is also in there as well. But yeah, having 2 Twin Twisters is also a good options on that. And for the traps, you're going second, so Red Reboot is very nice to have, especially for any back row heavies like Altergeist. Also just to shut out any of the back trap-based negations. And last but not least, 2 Evenly, you can play 3. The deck is very flexible. The deck is basically like Trickster in the way that this deck utilizes a small main deck engine, and you can just tech in whatever you want, essentially. Now, onto the nice part of the deck, which is the extra deck. The Mayakashis revolve around this. So, starting off, I play 2 Yukiana. She's your only link monster, Mayakashi at the moment, but what she does is that if you control, if she points to a synchro monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks, and if a synchro monster in your possession is destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effect while this card is in your field, you can target one face-up monster on the field, and its attack and defense becomes half of its current attack and defense until end of turn. And you can only use this effect once per turn. So we have her in there because she relates to the level 11, the boss, in which that if she gets destroyed, then the level 11 will then revive itself. It's also important to note that each Mayakashi extra deck monster you could only control 1 copy of on the field. Just a heads up on that too. Right, now starting from the bottom, we have Oboro Guruma, the level 3. Now, what he does is that if a synchro monster in position that's level 5 or higher, which is actually in relation to all the other Mayakashis, if their 1-up version is been destroyed by battle or by card effect while they're in the grave, you can banish one of the zombie and special summon it. Okay, its other effect is if this card is special summon from the graveyard, you can activate this effect for the turn. Your monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Sorry, not your you control monsters. Your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Now, with all the Mayakashis, the first effect is that I'll reiterate. If the 1-up has been destroyed, you revive it by banishing one of the zombie. And the other effect is that if it's been a special summon from the grave, you activate its effect. So with the level 5, which is Tushigumo, the poisonous Mayakashi, is that if this card is special from your graveyard, you can have each player send the top 3 cards from the deck to the graveyard. The lower levels you would generally go with 2 each, generally because you would then synchro up to the higher levels, and when they get destroyed, then special summon out the next one's up, next one's down, and then if they survive on the field, you then special synchron on back up to the higher levels, which is why the lower ones you play 2 of. So from the level 7 onwards, I play 3 of, and this is Tengu, the winged Mayakashi, and if this card is special summon from your grave, you can destroy 1 spell trap your opponent controls. So this is your spell and trap removal. Enough said, really. And from there, next play Yoko, the graceful Mayakashi, the level 9. If this card has been special summoned from your graveyard, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. Do note that it is a non-target destruction with the monster. So that is very nice to have. And last but not least is Gasha Dokudo, sorry. It's your level 11, and if the link is destroyed, you special summon this card from your graveyard. And if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can activate this effect. This turn, this face-up card is unaffected by other card effects. Which is why you do need to play the link. The link gets destroyed, so summon the level 11. Level 11 gets destroyed, special summon the level 9, and further down to the level 3, essentially. All the way back down, which is really nice. So that is really it for the Mayakashis. Anything I probably should know is that do be wary that if you use any of the main deck monster Mayakashis, you are locked out for the extra deck for 2 Mayakashis. So rely on a deck that doesn't. You can basically tech in cards that don't rely on the extra deck, like Trickstar and stuff like that. Just a shout out on that, because I've noticed that people do consider playing other variants with it too. Uni Zombie and Mizuki, I don't play those because Uni Zombie is, well, you can send your Daki to grave. I generally find a hard time getting rid of it or needing to synchron out, because you have to basically make it level, well, you can make it level 4 and then you go into level 5, sorry, or you keep it as it is, and then synchron on up, actually. No wait, yeah, Shuffle is the only level 3, so yeah, you can keep it as a level 4 and then synchron on up. But yeah, Mizuki is also good, as it helps. And also any traps that revive from the grave, like Back to the Front and Called Haunted, is also things I've been testing out, and it's also pretty handy to have. But for this build, for me, I generally like to just always go second and just to try and aim to OTK. So that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I'm really happy to then basically add this as the 60th deck. You probably haven't seen, you probably would not be able to see a lot of all my other decks, because generally they're sort of fun to play. But if you do want to sort of see those in deck profile, by all means, leave a comment below or like the video, whatever. Anything to show that you're interested. So that is it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And as always guys, happy dueling!
Also YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always guys, happy dueling.